You call?
Haruka, do you want some coffee or hot cocoa?
I'll take some hot chocolate. I tend not to eat much of a fan of coffee, if I'm honest.
Mm,
Makes my hands a little jittery.
I like the coffee. It makes things slow down.
I have the opposite effect.
Uh, I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse.
Maybe it's life.
Yeah, you seem to want to get straight to the point.
Hmm.
I
I usually don't invite me out to places. I figure it's probably something important.
uh, I should have explained myself better then. It's not important, just curiosity. Call me the
Hmm.
cat. I I met a friend. Well, no, not a friend. I
Oh.
met a person who might be an acquaintance of yours.
Hmm.
I was
Which one?
asking Lillian because Lillian seemed to be familiar with them,
Hmm.
and Lillian said, almost seemed like she was insisting to ask you or Sakoto.
Hmm.
Also had some very interesting words to describe Kuragari.
Oh, you did what they did.
Trying to remember exactly what they had said. Um, Friendly, dangerous, and creepy.
That's about it. I wouldn't say friendly, more just observant. He is a Kurgari, that is a vastly powerful thing that we don't understand. Best not to mess with.
Vastly powerful.
Hmm.
And do they always present themselves as a small child?
Not always.
Hmm.
Sometimes they're uh, more of an adult in stance. An all black outfit. Kind of similar to what you got, minus the lights and the brass bits.
Hmm. They were,
Are red. You can tell it's them by their eyes. Their eyes always look the same.
that was the, actually, no. That was the second thing I noticed. The first thing I had noticed of them was their, geometric impossibility.
Yes,
This,
that too. No?
yeah, walked into a corner and folded in on themselves.
Hmm. I asked them why they changed their appearance, and they said they just rotated. So I don't think they're a three-dimensional shape. I think they're probably a dimension higher than we can perceive.
Oh,
That's the extent of that. But I don't have tools to measure that.
yes. Interesting, right. Fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional. There are
Mm-hmm.
far more than three dimensions that well, everyone knows about. Time is one of those dimensions. But, she, actually, I'm more curious as to why, when I asked Lillian, who seemed to know them, they pointed me in your direction.
I've dealt with them a few times. Dealt with more like just sort of existed while they sort of stared at me.
Right.
They've been hanging around the rock for a while. People usually get spooked, and me and Sakota tend to be the ones to tell people to not mess with them and just sort of let them go about their business.
Is it normal to just tolerate a creepy child staring at people?
Normal, and it's probably safer to not fuck with them. I don't know what they can do, so best not to anger. Just let it do its business.
You don't know what they can do, but you say they have immense power.
Just a gut feeling.
Gut feeling.
They're
Interesting.
defying physics. They're walking on walls, tearing holes in the fabric of reality to travel to other places. I've seen them do that once.
Holes in reality to travel to different places. That's...
They put their hands out and sort of just halt to maybe another plane, I think. I don't super know. I was too busy covering my ears.
I see.
Basically a portal when they walk through.
Interesting.
An instance of impossible geometry. It's probably safe to say best not to fuck with it.
I mean, impossible geometry. I have seen my fair share of magic and technology that can fake that pretty well.
How to describe? They have it on good authority that they come from. I'm trying to think of a word. But you know about planar physics?
I have a basic understanding of planes. I mean, people come in and out of them and cause problems.
Do you know the Great Wheel cosmology?
Is that the one with the circles and doesn't have the abyss and the void on it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yes, the void sounds interesting.
Void is very interesting, but very hard to find information on. It's one of those places that's hard to research, but regardless, think of all of the planes that exist sort of sitting in this one big bubble.
Okay.
They all sit in there and float around. This is in four-dimensional space, mind, not in three-dimensional, but we're bringing it down to 3D because that's easier to understand.
Sure.
They all float in the soup called the astral sea, and then around the entire grouping of the plane, there's a big shell that's like the precipice of everything. It's at the edge, also technically at the center, but that's complicated. So we're in a big bubble. They come from outside that bubble.
Interesting.
They're the only thing I know of that comes from outside that bubble.
So they come from the there'll be dragons here, part of the map.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's
Interesting.
untrue. I know one other person that might come from there, but that's
Oh. One's an anomaly,
is
two's
there
a
anything
curiosity.
like if they're anything like McKay, it's best not to mess with them. And don't tell anyone I told you about that.
You're saying you think that, or know that, Councilman McKay comes from a similar place or the
Well, it's
same place
more
that this Kuragari is from?
a similar place, yeah. I don't
Hmm.
know if it's the same place. I don't know specifics on that, and that's even not 100%. That's rumors and stuff I've picked up.
Hmm.
But I know Kuragari, and to come here is, I mean, getting out to the even the outer planes is difficult. Coming
Hmm.
in from outside our entire planar system is, I don't fucking know.
Fair. I've never had interest in planar travel.
Hmm.
I mean,
It's something I've looked into a lot.
hmm.
Mainly just how the planes work. It's become a bit of a hobby of mine. But honestly, I kind of looked into it after encountering Kuragari. It's sort of the reason. Trying to figure out where the fuck she comes from.
I will not lie. Kuragari has definitely sparked
Hmm.
my interest.
Hmm. I don't know much about them beyond that, though.
Hmm.
They say things. You said you talked with them.
Yes. I was the meat rack on Sunday and noticed them doing laps. At first it seemed random. Passed them a few times up at the gym, and then I was sitting in the conversation corner,
Hmm.
and she never caught where she came from, but she would walk into the that covered area between the two roads and just go into that first corner and just fold into the corner.
Hmm.
And then she perched herself
Hmm.
above me, staring down at let's see here, it was me, Theta, Lillian, and a few others, I think.
Hmm.
That was when someone noticed her above us, and Lillian was like, "Oh, don't mess with them. Just ignore them. Don't pay them any mind." And then I was walking out into the garage, and I was gonna take the teleporter out, and there she was, standing over one of the parking spots, staring at me.
Hmm.
At that point, she started talking. It was interesting. When she was standing above us, I could see her eyes more clearly from under her hood. Very interesting.
Hmm.
It was like she was looking at me, but looking at something deeper. And when she pulled her hood down, it was only worse.
Hmm.
Unblinking, unwandering eyes. Very interesting eyes.
Hmm.
Then she started, well, not rambling, but talking about seeing things on different frequencies, and I was curious at what she was trying to get at.
don't think I ever heard her talk about that. Do you have an inkling of what it meant?
I don't know. She didn't seem to be the kind of person that would see the technical things. Because, I mean, clearly I've got cybernetics and I operate on a different frequency than most people. But I don't think she was talking about that.
It seems incredibly specific wording.
Yes. Didn't mean to alarm you and make you think there was something wrong. Sorry if I did that.
Not too much alarm. I was a little bit in the moment when, I was worried that, inviting me up to a private place to talk, that's usually a sign of shit going on. But I don't think this is necessarily alarming, just strange.
You can blame my lack of socialness on that one. They have really good biscuits and gravy here.
That's fair.
Also, the diner owner knows to step in the back and put his headphones on when I'm around. So, it's a place to talk freely that it's not grimy or spooky or no. In fact, this is out of the way, but it's a comfy place to talk and have privacy. It's a little disappointing. The cat inside me was screaming, being really curious about this person. Seemed as though there was more mystery around them other than just a couple questions.
Mystery, it's absolutely mystery, just not a mystery I have answers for, sadly.
Well, maybe I'll let my curiosity win and see if they ever become talkative again.
Be careful, though. I haven't seen evidence to back it up, but someone who seemed to also know where they're from told me that they are a dangerous, corruptive thing. That they're evil. I don't think they are. I think they just are. Like they're a thing that exists. I don't think morality matters much to them, but warnings to bear in mind.
I'll definitely keep that in mind.
I haven't seen any such corruption in the conversations I've had with them, but they haven't taken much of an interest in me, if I'm honest. I tend to be more interested in Sakota.
Oh? In what way?
Nothing more than following her around. They seem to show up a lot of times where she is, but it's beyond that, they don't do much. They just sort of sit and watch people. It's a little bit worrying with the words of warning I was given more recently, but Sakoto seems fine as normal. Just,
Did these words of warning come from Sakoto, or did they come from someone else?
not from Sakoto. Someone named Jericho.
Hmm? From who?
Someone named Jericho. You wouldn't know them.
No. Does not sound familiar.
Frequencies. Why frequencies? That's weird.
Is this not something they've talked about before?
That's my memory. They tend to talk more on fucking to be honest, I'm not sure. Don't talk much. This frequency seems very sticks out like a thumb. And then see not thumbs. I think their purpose is they're like a messenger of some kind, but
Well,
how do they need to tell you about frequencies?
if I ever find the opportunity again, then I guess see if they're willing to talk about where they're from, and then also if they have a message that can be related to frequencies. Again, they didn't seem very technically minded to me, though, so I don't know.
If you can get more information, please let me know. They are a continuing mystery that I've not found many leads on.
And what is Koto's opinion of this Kurgari? Seeing as how she seems to be the target of much of her attention. Their attention.
She's much more positive towards them. No, she doesn't think they're dangerous. Mainly because they haven't really done anything. Supposedly they've saved her once, though I don't know when that was.
I'm sorry, they did what once?
Saved her life once, but I don't know when that happened. I wasn't there for that. That's
saving someone's life is
more points for her being in his favor, I suppose.
yes, giant step to not necessarily being dangerous. Though I guess there would be a danger to whatever was putting Sakoto in danger. My danger's danger is my friend.
I've not seen anything to directly write them as a threat, something to be destroyed or eliminated, but it's good to be wary.
I mean, creepy factor is...
Especially when it's like stuff like that.
I like to make observations over assumptions.
Hmm.
And of course, mix in the facts with it.
If I can get more data, then I can make a more concrete opinion of them, but for now, they are something that is immensely powerful, that I'd rather not get on its bad side.
Again, you keep saying powerful. So did Lillian. Other than planar travel, I don't see
Planar travel. It's a entity in a higher dimension than us. It knows things.
Entity, higher dimension almost makes it sound like they're some kind of god.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen them display themselves in a violent manner, but I know creating portals isn't easy. It takes a lot of work and effort, usually a lot of materials, but to just sort of make one, like just
Wave one into existence.
that takes a lot of power. And I can't fucking do that.
Hmm.
And what's stopping them from, popping up behind me and taking my heart out of my chest? And even going from what we've seen,
Being
I don't think they would
feared
be
and
able.
being dangerous are two very different things.
I'm not afraid of them. I just recognize that they could do a lot of harm if they wanted to.
Fair. Hmm.
If anything, I'm fascinated by them. I want to know how they work, how they do the things they can do. What's it like where they come from?
Hmm.
Why are they here?
Well, likewise, if you find out anything interesting, I love learning new things.
Yeah, I'll mention.
Yeah.
Especially if they've decided to talk to you of their own volition. It's usually pretty surprising. They tend to just sort of ignore everyone.
Hmm.
Maybe answer people when they talk to them. Not really ever go and talk to someone else.
I feel as though they were. Hmm. They might have been
Another
going out of
place
their way,
into
but I
them.
feel like they were more opening for a conversation than seeking conversation.
Another point to them being powerful is they knew who I was when I switched bodies. Like immediately, they were like, "Oh, your vessel changed."
Oh, interesting.
Which is very interesting because I don't see how they could figure that out. I didn't even talk to them at that point. I walked up and they said that immediately. And it's not like they got like some sort of like magic wiggly soul sight or something because I don't got a soul.
Hmm. I assume when you moved bodies, your core moved.
Yes.
Maybe there could be some technical aspect to Kurgaring.
Maybe. But not sure. It feels like probably not.
Hmm.
That's a guess though. Gut feelings.
Hmm.
I think that's why I'm so fascinated and sort of wary of them. Too many gut feelings. I have enough info. I want data. Data will make them much more palatable. Excuse me.
Yes. Data, though, is not the only aspect in decisions that are made. Emotions drive a large portion. Yeah, so that gut feeling can definitely
When I'm around them, there's just this feeling that they are so much bigger than I am. Just get rid of me by thinking about it.
hmm.
Like, you would put a vole in front of a dog.
Hmm. Well, in that
I
case,
like
the
the
vole's
vole.
most likely
Vole's a
going
weird
to get
animal, like a mouse.
eaten. Yes.
Hmm.
But yes, the dog would make the vole disappear quite quickly. Hmm. I'm curious what they looked like previously.
Don't be.
Hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if you ended up seeing them. They sort of, at least on the day they showed up, which I assume is when they talked to you, they were switching between the two forms.
Oh, so they can go back and forth. Interesting.
Hmm. Time is just rotating. That's what they
Right.
told me.
Rotating.
They're both at the same time. We just can't see all of them.
Hmm.
Uh,
You know what's more
the
scary than
shape on the wall.
something being four-dimensional?
What is?
Something being 4.5 dimensions. Those
Hmm.
in-betweens is where things get scary. Like with
Hmm.
atoms, when you split atoms. You never want to be near half an atom.
Hmm.
That's a nuclear explosion.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
You
Sorry.
know, you ever see those pictures of brains where they take them and they like sort of slice them real thin and then put them so you can see all the different bits?
Like the ones where they show the brain activity, or are you talking about like an actual dissection of a brain?
Yeah, like the dissection where they like slice them into little like
Hmm.
panels.
Yes,
So you can
I've
see from the side what the inside looks like.
seen these, yes.
That's what they're like, but in 3 dimensions instead of two.
Interesting. Makes me think of a very old movie called The Cell. They did that with a horse. Except the horse was on display. And if you looked at it from the right angle, you would see a horse. But then from the side, you wouldn't see a horse. You'd see something completely different. And then up close, you would see innards.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, I was standing pretty close to her, and thank goodness I did not see innards.
Mm.
That would be alarming. I think there's a good part of me that would not enjoy that.
Mm. Ideally, no innards.
Mm-hmm. Well, this has been it's been informative.
Hmm. I'll give you I know. I don't know everything. But I hope you figure some stuff out.
Mm.
Or at least know a bit better why we're so sort of non-interventionist when it comes to letting them sort of traipse around.
Well, as long as they're not causing,
If,
well, directly causing problems.
hmm, if you ever want away from them, I've never seen them come into the inn.
Hmm. Understood. If I have to run away, I'll run into the inn.
Hmm.
And then let you know that I broke into your inn.
Hmm.
Hopefully I won't have to break anything. Hopefully I won't have to run
Hopefully
into
not.
the inn. It takes a lot for me to stop standing my ground.
Hmm.
I'm pretty good at assessing a situation and deciding on the necessity of action.
Hmm. I'm not sure if, aside from maybe going somewhere where they don't want to go, I don't know why they don't go in the inn. It might just be coincidence. I've never seen them in there, despite staring at us when we went in.
Maybe they're a vampire.
Uh, that's silly.
Hmm.
I imagine if they wanted to hurt you, you probably couldn't very easily get away from them.
Could not get easily away from them?
Could not.
Hmm. Well, like you said, wave hands, open portal, remove heart.
Mm. Power to get away from the thing that is probably everywhere around you. You just can't see it because it's just up a little bit. Or in the direction. Oh, it doesn't really work.
You never know, they might be standing outside on some hill staring at us right now. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't try to get you on edge. Sorry. I still find this amusing. I have nothing you've said has, given me reason to be concerned. Well, I, should be heading back into town now. Do you need a ride? I would be the one steering, so I'll use my hands. Okay.
There you go. Sorry. One of my
Alright.
hands seems to have fallen asleep, so I'm not sure how easily I can walk out of here.
Alright. Well, that's fine. Once you say you want a bike ride or not with me, or I say bike ride. If you want to hop on the back of my motorcycle, once you decide yes or no, then we'll just doobly do.
Yeah.
You do want a ride?
Oh yeah, I'll ride.
Alright. Doobly do, doobly do, doobly do, and